You're listening to 100.9 FM on the radio KWTN, the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska. This is the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. We are on episode 17. Tonight we have a special show. I got some guests in the house tonight. I got my companion right here, my homie Eug Decora. He's here to help co-host this show. We've been talking a lot over the course of the last week. We've traveled many miles together this past week. We've seen a lot of stuff, and we're gonna talk about a lot of that stuff this week. So welcome tonight again, Eug.
What up?
And then you guys, tonight we are being joined with a couple coaches in our community. We had Coach Austin Bales with us before, and he talked about the fall season esports, and today he's joining us again to discuss the spring sports of esports and what's going on with them. They're going into the postseason, and it's going to be some exciting news about the student athletes that we have there in esports. So say hi, Austin.
What's up? I'm glad to be back. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Glad to be back.
All right. Okay, and also we're joined tonight by one of our K2 kindergarten through second grade girls sports.
Kindergarten through third
grade coaches in all sports. Coach Brooke Decora.
The real companion.
The real companion.
I was gonna wait to say something about that one.
Hey, Lone Ranger and Tonto, they are, companions. So anyway.
I'm Batman, remember? I'm Batman.
He's Batman. Okay, so yeah, tonight, you guys, we're gonna talk some sports, but last night, since we're talking sports, my Celtics got beat last night. They had the ball. The same thing happened. The reason I brought it up, same thing happened to the Sixers last night that happened to Santee. There was a off the ball, out of bounds play, and a phantom foul that happened, and gave the ball back to Boston, but they were in Philadelphia anyway.
Did Embiid play?
Boston, yeah. Boston gets the ball back, down by 2 with 2 seconds left, and they don't hit the shot.
Yeah.
But they had an opportunity to do it on a phantom call. And so
yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I must have missed that one. Like I said, I know that everything for me right now, it's literally just getting the fields ready. I know we got the big Easter egg hunt going on, a little plug for them on Friday, I believe at like 10 o'clock or something like that starts. So I'm just trying to get the fields all ready for all that. Well, I'll put the flyer up. We'll get to that eventually. Just I know I didn't get to watch a lot of sports last night. That's all. Must have missed that one.
I actually cruised by and I saw you guys with the lights out and everything like that. You guys are all out there working hard. So.
I had to make sure the lights work for season. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure no bulbs out, man. I can't even. Don't jinx me. I haven't had to place a bulb down there for all that stuff. I don't even want to know what that's going to cost us.
Yeah, I was thinking a lot of people are cruising by thinking softball already.
Shoot, man. Cam rolled right in, man. He was the first one there. I'm gonna take advantage of this, man. Cam came in and was hitting bombs.
You guys get some batting practice down there too, the kids.
No, they haven't started yet. I know that Sean's gonna. Nobody came down last night, like I said, and there was no intention to have the lights on or whatnot. We're just getting that pavilion project finished up down there, and Trevor and the boys are doing a great job on that. And so we're hoping. Like I said, everything's just goal right now for me, trying to get those fields ready.
Yeah, I saw in the last couple of days a lot of progress, man. Good job out there, everybody. Yeah, so we are going to get into sports topics that we're going to be visiting about tonight. The first topic that we have tonight, we're going to talk about esports with Coach Bales. Coach Bales told me that they're actually going into the postseason right now, so we want to hear a little bit about that and maybe kind of give us the little spiel on
what are we playing? Who's the guys? What's the layout?
Right now we're playing Smash Bros in the spring here. We're just getting into the postseason. Actually, Team 2 just lost, which was Isaiah and Aiden Robles, Isaiah Armel and Aiden Robles. Mm-hmm. Also, Eugene Decora and Devin Houghton, they both played a few matches this week or this year. Team 1, they're playing next week. They have a chance to go to state. Team 2, they could have went to state if they would have won, but They lost here. It's the second round technically that they're in.
Yeah.
They finished 6-6. Team 1 right now is 8-3. And I think they got a good chance. We got a favorable matchup. Playing Hershey is the school that we're playing. I've never heard of them until now, but
Gotta be a small town with that kind of name, man.
yeah.
What's their guys? That's what I want to know. Who does everybody run? I know me and him had a conversation earlier. Like when I play Smash, I like running Mr. Game & Watch. He's kind of an oddball guy, but he's a 2D guy. You know what I mean? But that's my guy. That's who I like to run.
They're kind of all over the place. Heine, she likes to play either Peach or Zelda. She's on our team 1. Damon's kind of all over the place. I don't even know what he's playing now. He kind of switches up he was playing King K. Rool, and now he's playing Hero, and I don't know. And Aiden kind of plays whatever. He's been playing Piranha Plant, Incineroar.
Q, do you have any idea who those people are?
Hey, I'm sitting here like I got a confused look on my face. I'm like,
Yeah,
there's
all kinds of guys.
Whatever happened to Mario?
He's there, yeah.
He's there, but nobody plays with him.
It's just, I mean, with Smash Bros, it's honestly just kind of like what each character brings to the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with Mr. Game & Watch, I'm able to throw like things out of a frying pan at people. You know what I mean? And that keeps distance. And then like when I'm in the air, he has an ability to drop straight down on top of people. So I like that because I like to be up in the air. Or even like little trampoline. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's all kinds of different little
playing,
things.
Like, depending on the map, like sometimes you play with platforms, sometimes you don't. So, like your drop from the air, it wouldn't work very well if you have platforms. So it just depends on all that. And, some characters
I'm kind of following it from how you were describing it a couple weeks back and how Coach is talking about it now. But in all honesty, like, man, I must be just old school, because even my boys, they talk about certain games that they play, whether it's at school or on the consoles and stuff like that. I know 2K. I know the NBA game 2K and Madden. I stopped playing Madden because my boys was whooping me. And then
not for me. I whoop my boys.
Then the baseball game. I try to play that when we can too. But other than that, those are the only 3 games that I ever play. Anything else, like the games that go and like move around, I get motion sickness, man. Like I said, I'm an old man. So.
Yeah, the Smash Bros. It's pretty hard to follow. Sometimes I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah. But like, I mean, even just gaming wise, like I know there's a lot of people in our town that just a lot of gamers, I guess, that like all kinds of different stuff. You know what I mean? Like there's guys that just straight sports games. There's guys that are straight just RPG stuff. Like I got God of War the other day. Literally sat on it till it was done. And she knows.
Yeah.
She'll shake her head at me. Yeah, I literally sat on God of War till I finished it.
We don't ask him to do anything during that time.
Man,
Their new game comes out.
I gotta grind, man. You gotta get on the grind. I mean, that's where.
My kids too.
But see, like I grew up doing that on games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's where like Hana gets it. My Eugene. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's where he gets it from. Because me and him will just sit there and just grind on something. You know what I mean? And just find a game we like and get down on it. I don't know. I have a lot of fun playing video games myself.
Let me tell you, if there's a Tetris tournament, you gotta let me know.
Oh, man.
Mortal Kombat, I
know.
hit buttons with the best of them. So.
I used to play 2K a lot, especially I got young boys coming up, and man, I would spend hours just sitting there playing one. All right, winners stay on. Then I would stay on, and man, I have my little one crying over there. I would let him catch up and maybe tie the game up too, and then I would go and get a good defensive play at the end of the game, press timeout, and I'd sit there and I'd rub it and I'd start doing this to my knuckles and then he'd know that it'd be time. So if I hit that last shot or get a dunk or something, I win the game. Man, he'd be sitting there crying.
What do you guys kind of encourage them to like off season? Is it just play more games?
I was going to ask that too.
Yeah, just play the games that we play. I mean, sometimes it switches up a little bit in the summertime. They'll take a game out and put a game in, but they're usually similar. But yeah, just telling the kids, keep playing.
So is there like maybe in the summertime?
This summer, I think I'm gonna do like an esports. I haven't decided when or where, but it'll probably be whether it's like Tuesday, Thursday from like noon to 2 or something.
Oh man,
but
you can ask if there's like equivalent to summer camps or
it'll be like something where like
because
we'll see.
Because we're looking at a flyer right now for one of the strength and conditioning courses.
Yep.
I don't know if that's where you got the idea too.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, man, like what do the esports athletes do in the off season?
Right.
So
yeah, we'll do like an open gym kind of thing, but like esports.
Definitely let us know what's up with that.
Yeah.
Get that schedule going for the summer. I'm sending my boys up there.
Yeah, and like I said,
Tournaments going on at the
and I would try to even work it out with whoever's running the summer youth program, because obviously you're gonna have to deal with a lot of high school kids. I heard you got a good group of 7th graders coming up, 8th graders coming up.
Maybe. I don't know.
You don't know? That's the word
sure.
I got anyway.
That'd be good.
Yeah. That's the word I got. There's a lot of good Rocket League players coming up.
Cool. Yeah. We did have some kids that were playing Rocket League that were pretty good, 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah.
So
but once basketball started, they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't care about Rocket League anymore.
Just say the springtime or the springtime's right around the corner, or not spring, the fall time. Is there a list of different games that are going to be going up in the fall, so that you can say, okay, you guys, look at this summer. I need you guys. Here's the games that they're going to be playing.
Yep.
Here's the list of games, so you guys make sure you get these or something.
Yep. It'll probably be the same. In the fall it'll probably be. They did Valorant this year, but they want to bring Overwatch back. There was a deal with like licensing, and technically they couldn't run a league with Overwatch because of copyright issues and whatever. But they think that they'll be able to do it this fall. So it'll be Overwatch is like the first-person shooter. Rocket League is like car soccer game, and they did Smash Bros 1v1, and I think it was a hit. So I think they will do that. They do a 1-player game in all seasons, so I don't know what they'll do for the 1-player game in the fall, but I think they'll do Smash Bros.
I guess that's my question. Then you're talking about you're running Smash Sports now. I guess in my mind I was thinking it was already 1v1.
No, this is 2v2. The spring is 2v2. So the fall we had 1v1, and like Heine did very well in 1v1. She beat some of the best people in the state. Now 2v2, you get a partner. It's a little different game.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, 1v1 means 1 versus 1.
Yep.
I know that part anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
No, because like if you're playing Smash Bros just at home with the boys or whatever, you can go like 4v1, right? I mean, you can literally have 4 guys on
whatever.
there. It's going crazy on one little platform. It can go nuts, and it's a really fun game. I wish we had some highlights of them next time. You might have to pull some clips for us from state, or even to get to state and send them up. And we can talk about stuff like that. I'll break it down. I got this.
Yeah, we will.
Should have heard him at state when Eugene was on there. He was commentating. I was like, okay, you're not at work. Just let him play it. Let us watch. And at the same time, like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Let me tell you. So
yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, I'm calling out like, he's got this in his back pocket and he's holding on to this shell for this, and like they're gonna grab that red shell and pull this off. And
why not?
I don't know. We never brought into it. We never jumped into it.
What was the other game that they played? Not Mario Kart, but the
Clash.
Clash
So
Royale. I had no idea what was going on, and I'm just like, what is that? He's like, look it, he's got this power. I was like, where? I don't see it.
That one they kind of didn't. It didn't stream the best. Like it was kind of hard to follow.
Well, and I watched it, and it just felt like they were sitting back so much, and they weren't being super aggressive. Like I was watching guys throw balloons combined with like launching, and like where they would pop up right next to them, because the whole goal of it's to drop a castle. They got 3 castles, and you got to drop all 3 to score. You know what I'm saying?
So like, was your commentary? Are you saying you did this before, or you thought about doing it?
No, it's just in my head.
Oh, dude, I was just
in our living room.
Like in those poker tournaments on TV. You could hear the guys commentate, but they're not really there because they'd be
distracting.
No, because like we were watching. I mean, we were streaming on the big TV.
Yeah.
We were doing the Mario Kart one, and I was just kind of explaining things, talking, because I was live, because a lot of people weren't able to pull it up. So when I was just talking on my live about stuff like that, but I think we were just sitting in either my office or in the car watching the Clash one. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like watching, like, what is he doing? Why isn't he attacking? You know what I mean? Like, because I could see it playing out, but. Yeah, if you don't play the games, it makes no sense.
And I'm sitting here watching this one screen, and Hannah's playing on the other one. He's dictating. It's like, he's not even doing that. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, over here. So, I'm just gonna sit back and watch.
Well, I always got to talk about this too. Is about like recruitment. Me and Coach Eug, we love to use the radio station, the show, for recruitment for all sports. So ladies and gentlemen out there, all you listeners out there, if you think that your kid is a gamer and you want him to compete at a high level, please send him up to Coach Bales up there at the school. I know that I'm really interested myself in sending my boys up there.
Yep. And they've been coming into practice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, see, once I'm like this guy, once you get your kid kind of bought into a sport, it's just all in. You gotta try to go all in, because I think we're just too competitive, where we don't want our kid going in and just doing just doing a half-a job, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's what she
Facts.
even brought up, and then when she was talking about the golf thing, like, you know, like I knew nothing about it, but literally had to teach myself everything about it. And she's like, I have all this useless knowledge in my head now about golf clubs and shafts, and like nobody wants to know that, and like but I have to know it. You know what I'm saying, to help the kids out.
But we sound really good when we're on the course talking to other parents, so it's
I know, yeah, I know,
so
right?
that's helpful.
Yeah, hey, that's how I felt about wrestling too. This past Pee Wee season, my little girl was wrestling, and I don't know anything about wrestling except for WWE. I know I went to WrestleMania one time, you know, but you know, going out there and trying to figure out the rules, you know, and like myself, I don't know if I'm too proud to go ask, hey, what's that mean, or hey, what's this rule? Just
I mean, that's something that me and her even talked about commentating, because like even trying to commentate esports would be fun. You know what I mean, to try to figure out that end of it, but then also commentating the wrestling, because like her program sponsors a lot of the K2 kids. What are they called?
K3. Yeah.
The K3 kids. What are they called again?
Company A Scouts.
Company A
Wrestling
Scouts,
team.
yeah.
Company A Scouts.
The wrestling team. It'd be a lot of fun to
Yeah.
commentate. But I don't know anything about wrestling. That's one thing I will admit. Like I don't think I could do a half calf and, you know, the turn and all that. I'd have to go, like, I'd sit with Trimer one time and he'd have to explain it to me. I think I could catch it though. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Just say the
started-
basics, just the scoring.
Yeah, we got into it for
I don't even know
a
how they
minute.
score.
Yeah, like Hana and Lula and Siga were in it for a minute, and so we kind of started getting into it, and then they all just stopped at the same time. So I was like, all right, moving on to golf, and that's
Yeah.
where that kind of turned into.
Yeah, that's how it is right there.
Any of the big plans for esports? I mean, you obviously got your own room or anything like that? I mean, are you guys? what's the-
I'm trying to build like a wall of champions in there.
Oh, that's
You know,
cool.
kind of like not like a trophy case, but have like photos and stuff of like our championship teams, third place teams, fourth place teams. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I like
That's
it.
probably gonna be a summer project, but
Now, are you guys gonna have records and stuff to hang up too eventually?
Oh,
records
That's good.
records are gonna be tricky because they switch the games up on us, and like you know, it's
Well, I guess it just
I
needs to
mean-
be identified, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yes.
spring of
Go to
22,
states or-
spring of
Mhm.
22,
Yeah.
we won this. You know, what I
yeah,
mean?
that's
kind of
and that's
thing.
what I was gonna do. You know, do like the record of the team
Mm-hmm.
and like their finish 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
something like that. But like individual accolades, it'd be hard to like keep track of unless it was like an individual game. Just because like okay, hey, it was this game this year, but all of a sudden it's this game the next year, and
And 5 years from now, you've never played.
yeah,
You don't play that game anymore.
Yeah, like
yeah. That
3
game's
years
not-
from now, it's gonna be completely different.
that game's not going on anymore.
Yeah.
No, I think, bringing esports to the public school, I think it just kind of opened a lot of eyes to a lot of kids. Because, like, I mean, there's kids probably in your room and, like, kids that, like, you know, with all these new sports, it's like these kids, you never would have seen their faces anywhere. Because, you know, back in the day, right,
Yeah.
all there ever was football, basketball, track.
Yep.
Our girls would be volleyball, basketball, track. But now it's just on this whole other level for the public school, and I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I support it all wholeheartedly,
Yeah,
man.
I see some kids that went out for sports like back in the day, like Pee Wee leagues and stuff, like, you know, 3rd and 4th grade football, 5th and 6th grade football or basketball, and they kind of wean themselves out of that sport,
Yep.
and then now they're playing esports. You know, I think that's good for some of the kids because
Yeah.
they build that competitiveness when they're young, and then all of a sudden maybe they're not interested in just doing that stuff anymore. They get into esports and they still got that competitive, you know,
Yeah.
personality and stuff like
And
that.
plus,
to
it's
win, you know?
it's good for creating friendships and like just like camaraderie with other kids, and you know it's cool to see like the kids kind of come out of their shell, you know, because
Yeah.
some of them are more the introvert ones that don't really like socialize with everybody, but when they're in the room, most of them talk with each other, and it's cool.
Yeah.
I'll say
Common
that for
theme.
like our Hana with Aiden, that's his cousin, and so like Aiden Armel, and so when he talks about him, I'm thinking Aiden Robles or another Aiden, and he's like, no, this Aiden. I'm like, you guys talk to each other because we never see them interact,
Yeah.
you know, in person, but he's online with him constantly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. So that builds that relationship with him. So
Yeah, and you're hanging out with kids that you probably wouldn't normally hang out with. You know, you meet new people that you know.
Yeah.
You don't meet them, but you're like, oh, that guy's pretty
You're
cool. I never
you're
knew him.
pretty
You know?
decent at the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you kind of build that just to see how kind of skills they got on the sticks. You know what I mean? On their phone and stuff. So yeah, I really enjoy that. I guess my next question for you is going to be, what's the plan for? When are we going to see our first scholarship athlete make it to the college level for esports? I know it's a big ask. You know what I mean? I know it's a big thing. And the reason I bring
Kid
that
needs
up,
to want to. I think that's the thing is like we've had a couple kids that I think could have, they just weren't interested. So it takes a little interest. The kids got to be interested in doing it. But I mean, colleges are reaching out all the time.
and that's what I said. That's the reason I ask is because I remember after the Manahena was telling me that after the York after they won
Yep,
for
yep.
Mario Kart. Every kid who won it got
Yep.
an offer
Yep.
to go play for York.
Yep. So, and I get emails from college coaches quite a bit asking, who do you have that'd be good at this game? And, I'll talk to the juniors, seniors and see if any of them are interested. So far, they kind of say, so, but.
Because, I mean, for me, it's extra money, right, to go to school.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you're going to go, to Wayne State anyways, and, Wayne State will give you a little extra money if you want to go out for esports, try it. Go out first semester, see what it's about.
Yeah, why not? Why not? I'm glad you guys brought that up, because that right there is something that we talk about a lot with the other sports, and I'm glad that we're talking about it with esports too, is getting some kind of a scholarship to help with education. We talk about these sports all the time. We'd rather the girls play fast pitch softball than slow pitch softball, because you can get a scholarship for the fast pitch softball, and so education is one thing that we always push our kids to, and I always tell them that doing these sports is a you got to earn the right to play these sports. It's a privilege to play these sports, so you got to be a good student first, and then get into the sports. And even with esports, I mean, you definitely got to have your kids keep their grades up and everything, and then actually getting your schooling paid for after high school, if you're good at playing these games. I mean, that right there is just like a win-win. And, just like these football players and these basketball players that are going out, they love those sports, and all of a sudden those sports are helping them out pay for stuff. So I think it's great that you guys brought that up, and
Yep.
and for the listeners to hear that, because maybe some of those listeners out there, maybe their kids are maybe bringing it up, saying, hey, I want to enjoy the esports team, but I don't know what to do. I don't know who to ask, or kind of scared to talk to Bales or something,
Or even the fact that it's a viable option for a lot of them. Like you said, the coaches are already reaching out. You know what I mean? There's colleges already reaching. It's a real option for them. It isn't
And
something
they're interested, and
it's a big eye opener right there for parents,
And it's harder to name colleges that don't have esports than
Correct.
colleges that do in our area. Like, Morningside, Briarcliff, Wayne State,
Yeah.
Witt has esports now.
It's not even in our area too, because we looked it up when Hannah told us about that, and there was places in Florida, New York, Cali, West and East Coast. So I was just like, Hannah, get back in there and start playing games.
Hey, quit playing basketball. Get back there.
Get out of there.
Get out of the gym. Get out of the gym. Go back in that room, play some games.
Yeah, and UNL just got esports, and then they brought
Nice.
Amon Green and to be the coach.
To be the coach for it.
Really?
The football,
That's
the
awesome.
running back.
Man, that's pretty awesome, man. If you ever see a link, send that link to me. I want to post it on the page there. All right. Well, hey, thanks, Coach Bells, for coming in and giving the audience a big spiel about the esports and what we're expecting in the near future. We're gonna have you back on here when you guys get the state championship again, and we'll get the kids on.
Yeah,
to,
bring the kids up for sure.
to visit us and to tell the people.
See if we can get more than one word answers out of them.
Yeah, we had an interview with the Santee boys a few weeks back, and we thought they were gonna spill their hearts out and kind of tell their story and stuff like that, but it was like, yeah, no, yeah. But yeah, thanks a lot. We really appreciate it. And if you could stick around just for a few minutes after we interview Coach Brooke here, I got a game for you guys to play. See who's going to win this game.
Okay.
So, gonna go ahead and give a station identification. We're at 100.9 FM, KWTN, the Big Voice Radio. We're the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe in Nebraska, and the tower is out of Allen, Nebraska. And Coach Eug here, he's a big baseball fan, and he's a baseball coach, and he got Winnebago into these baseball leagues here for our youth. And we haven't seen baseball in our community for a long time. I think a couple times it started off trying to get into some leagues, maybe kind of dabbled around a little bit and played some games. I think one year, a few years back, we only played like maybe 2 or 3 games that we got scheduled. And then today, as of today, Winnebago's baseball program is really looking good right now.
Yeah, alive and well, folks.
Yeah, so Coach Eug is here. He's gonna visit with us a little bit about the baseball thing. We're gonna continue on recruiting kids, so make sure and send your kids to Whirling Thunder and get a hold of Coach Eug and other coaches. But,
I mean, like I said, thanks, Q. Appreciate it. Like I said, moving on. Bethany, if you can you pull up the Trico League It's just tricoleague.com. And then everybody can kind of look at like the league we're in while I talk here.
There you go.
The 8U team, again, coached by Evan Nicora, sponsored by Project Launch. That's one reason Brooke's here, to talk about just everything that she helps us with along that line. The K2 league in itself, through basketball, but baseball specifically. It's you can look at and if the website's pulled up, you guys are all looking at it. You can even look at the town list on that left-hand side down there. I mean, that's literally all the towns that are in our league that we play against. And so the schedule is going to come out here rather soon, and you can break it down. You can look at our league record. You can go look at our standings. You can see how many points we scored. You can even see what kid was pitching, as long as you know their initials. But 8U coach Evan Decora, 10U coach is Duran Blackfish, 12U coach is myself and the new staff when they get hired on, and the 14U coach is Sean Walker. And what's been really nice is that we've had a lot of outlying parents or outlying community members that are just like, hey, I want to come help. I know I tried to suck Austin in a couple summers ago when we kind of first got started, and I think he's trying to free up his schedule for us and help us out when he can. So I know that's because Austin's a big baseball guy himself. He probably knows way more about it than I do. I know that for a fact. But
Austin, Coach Bales, former baseball player. Nice to have him on board, and even like any kind of assistance that we can get from any baseball players, is helpful. So.
Yeah, that and just the umpire part of it. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be a long season, and if you guys aren't aware of that, with softball and baseball, we literally have a game for our kids in this community on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those are the game nights.
Wow.
And so there's going to be somebody here out of Winnebago playing on those nights from the middle of May till the end of June, and a couple weeks into July.
And that's what those softball fields are exactly for. That's
why
good.
We need that third field downtown. You know what I'm saying? We need to get that thing right. I literally met with Isaac today about that. Yeah, met with Isaac today about that. But that's exactly what we're talking about here with baseball. We have officially started building the teams. I mean, I almost have full rosters on both teams. But if you guys have kids, get them out to me. If you guys still haven't filled out your sports activity packet, get it emailed to me. If you don't have one, reach out. I'll get it to you. I know Sean has officially started his practice as of tomorrow with his 14U boys. He has his list. He's got it going. If your kid wants to come out and play, you got to reach out. Because like the biggest thing that we ask of our parents and everything that we've been moving forward to, especially in this league, is the punctuality. You got to be on time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We cannot run on, I throw my air quotes, end in time.
Yeah.
We cannot do that, because like I'll have the field set up and we get our out-of-town people showing up, and like the majority of coaches that we come across, and I'm not even lying to you guys about this, they're all there an hour early. You know what I'm saying? They're all there an hour early. Either it was their kid or they're there a half an hour early, an hour and a half early, because they got their kids, they're already dressed, they're coming to warm up, they're going to get their arms warmed up, they want to get a little BP in off the tee or something, and that's what really matters. With this sport, it's a very athletic sport. I honestly think so. I feel like it might even be a little bit more. I don't know. You guys can make the argument here. You got a basketball guy and you got a baseball guy. What's more athletic?
Baseball.
I would agree with him.
Yeah.
Baseball, because it's athleticism and technique. You gotta master both.
It's very skill oriented as well. Mm-hmm. They say the hardest thing to ever do is hit a fastball. Mm-hmm. Right, like a 90-mile fastball. It's like the hardest thing to do in sports at all.
You throw baseball players into a basketball court and they'll do okay. You throw basketball players onto a baseball field, it doesn't usually end up good.
Yeah, I would
argue both are athletic. I mean,
correct.
Yeah,
swinging a golf club is pretty hard myself.
I gotta defend basketball. You guys are all wrong. Basketball is no.
I will say intramural, like the baseball team always did the best at the intramural sports. Basketball team always did second best. Football players third.
And football players can barely move. That's
they
barely move their necks or anything.
Shots come from down here.
But official season start date's gonna be I think that's May 14th. That first Monday or that Sunday. I'm sorry. It's literally right after graduation.
Yeah, I was gonna say like right after graduation, but right before school's out, because
correct.
School gets out like on the 19th, maybe.
Correct. So I mean, if you guys know what's coming up, I know we work around their sports. We have 14 boys. We got to work around their track season.
Yeah.
So I know they're going to run a little late. We might even. I mean, I have so many teams right now. We probably will be practicing under the lights. It's gotten that And I love it. I love it, the fact that
that's
we have
good.
that many teams. You
Yep,
know what I mean?
for
I
real.
really appreciate everybody coming out. I appreciate the kids stepping up. And I know I gave a lot of praise last year to the teams that played because that was our real first complete baseball season we ever played. And the kids stuck it out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a tough sport.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have Bethany pull up our record from last year for our Bronco boys that are going to move it into our ponies. If you could pull it up, it should still be on there. Go to the Broncos and go to the schedule even, or go to teams and just find Winnebago. But then they'll bring up our record on there. And I mean, you guys could look at like what we did last year, and you look at these scores. I don't know, Austin, you want to help us out? What were some of these scores on there? I mean, we didn't have a very good season, I will admit that. But just read off some of those scores that we did.
7-3 loss, 8-2 win, 6-2 loss, 4-2 loss, 2-1 loss, 12-6 loss, 7-2 loss, 8-3 loss, 6-2 win, 16-9 loss, 5-4 loss.
That
So-
that 2-1 game though, that was over in Wayne, correct?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, Austin, 2-1 games.
Yeah.
I mean, when you just read the stat of a 2-1 game, what does that make you think?
Good pitching.
It was.
Good defense.
Yeah.
It was solid all the way around. We walked in the bottom of that ninth inning. We were 1-1, and all we had to do was get the out, and we were going to be up. You know what I mean? To hold
Mm-hmm.
them, but they walked off on us. That kid cranked one out to the right hand field, but our
Yeah.
pitcher was throwing hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was getting them out. We had a lot of outs this way, that way. But like that record right there for those boys, all it was compliments from all the coaches.
Yeah.
Just
no,
because
that's awesome.
just because all of our kids never played before.
Yeah. It's first
That's
first
and,
year
and you're
time.
playing. It was what 12 and under.
Yeah.
Like you're playing kids that have been playing for 4 or 5 years already. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, had some solid pitching from those guys on there last year. Like I said, I think I don't have my glasses on. I
So-
feel old.
So it does show like the parents and the coaches and even the kids, you know, it shows that that we have the athletes to do it. We just need extra time
Yeah.
to
and
do
you
it,
guys didn't
know?
get 10 ran once.
Nope.
No.
We were in every game. And
Yeah.
if you look at the BB number 2, Brady Brownrigg, so happy to have him back. The kid's got a cannon. You know what I mean? He's got a cannon. And what made us really good, and I think Austin can probably back me up on this one, is you got to have a good pitcher-catcher combo.
Yeah.
Right? Like your catcher's got to be able to stop the ball, keep it in front of him. And our catcher last year was Raiden Decora.
Yeah, Raiden's good.
Oh, yeah,
Raiden's a
Raiden.
real good catcher.
He's a freaking beast back there. And like, I mean, everybody gave him compliments all day long because
Yeah.
like, I think he might have thrown 3 or 4 kids out at
Yeah,
2.
and that's huge too. You know, like at that age, if you could just steal at will because the catcher can't block or can't throw a guy out, then it makes it tough.
You know, turns into some long games when it gets like
Yeah.
that, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, big shout out to Brady Brownrigg. He was really big for us. Tayan Grant, he threw a lot last year for us. OC Earth, he threw a lot for us. He did really well. And that's the big thing that this league has been speaking about is just developing your pitching. Pull up the digits team, because we had Broncos and we had digits. But the biggest thing is just developing the pitching.
Yeah.
Because like we walked in and both these teams won a playoff game last year. If you guys didn't know that, we both made it through the playoffs.
Yeah.
But this team had a little bit better. I think they had one more win than us last year. You know, but you look at that record right there. Like I said, we didn't get 10-run ones on there. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, or did we? I shouldn't
That one
say
game.
that.
That
One,
one,
the
yeah.
Bancroft Lions
Yeah.
game.
There's a 10-0 and 11-1, but
But that game went the
Still.
full distance, though. You know what I mean? It was 10-0,
Yeah.
but that game went the full distance. But it was really a solid season for those guys. We were just talking about little Aaron Marufo really stepped up and did a great job for us. And then like Tayan and Traven Grant, those guys did a really good job for us. And that's another good combo. There's a lot of good kids in that group as
Yeah.
well that are coming up. And now they're going to be second-year players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With new guys coming in, because I think for us here in Winnebago, the biggest thing with us not having baseball for so long, it's been teaching how to hit a baseball. I mean, like we were just talking about that.
Yeah, teaching how to hit is included in teaching them not to be scared to get hit, not to be scared of the ball, because they see this ball coming right by them real fast and they're not used to it. They're used to that slow pitch, you know. Then all of a sudden they see the fastball come, ooh, and a lot of them get scared about that. We talked about that last week too, and that's what we need. Is we need the kids to get out there and get some reps and to get that, to take care of that fear. My little guy, he had to play. He played up like three, maybe even 4 years, because that was a year when we were playing in that Sioux City League up there.
Yeah.
He was only a second grader, I think, but he had to play for like the Broncos or something.
Probably, yeah.
And man, he got his first pitch. He got hit in his ribs, man. And so that right there, because like even today he doesn't like baseball, but he's gonna play. You know,
You talking about Kimmy?
Kimmy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Kimmy's solid though. You know what I mean? He's athletic, and that's what I mean. That's what I try to get at with like our basketball players and baseball stuff.
Yeah.
It's getting it to translate because I feel like Winnebago's got a lot of athletic kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're there. Little history though behind that. What you're talking about, the South Sioux League, that was Jared Doxey. Jared Doxey's the one who brought baseball back for a long time, and I think he ran it for 2 years. And that's when he was with the health department.
Yeah.
But yeah, he ran it for 2 years. Then that second year, I remember I was started working over here at YCIC, and I went and helped him out. And then I tried to get it going that next year, and he dropped it. But that was that year when we didn't have a league. Because I tried to get us into that league, and they literally denied us that first year. Yeah. Just because we didn't have, because I was, by the time I started my job in March and tried to get us in the league, they do those approvals all the way back in November. December, you know what I'm saying? So it took me another year to kind of push us into that league, and then COVID happened. Yeah, you know what I mean? It just kind of put a monkey wrench in the whole thing. But no, baseball's back, man. I'm excited. I'm super excited, dude.
Baseball is back, and it's kind of a big thing now in our community. And last year showed that the fan base. I mean, everybody's parents showed up. They brought their grandparents out. They brought their degas and their nannies and everybody out. You know. Brought everybody out, and especially those home games. Oh yeah, the home games, it was packed out there, you know, and that's how it needs to be. Yeah. Going back to a long time ago when the only field we had was the city field down there, and then we had one up at the school too. Those are the only two fields we had. Yeah. You know, and now we got the big fields. We got our population is way bigger.
Yeah,
too.
But the facility itself, and me and Austin were just talking about that. I mean, the facility itself, it's first class compared to anything in the Northeast area here.
Yeah, I hear all kinds of compliments.
Yeah, like we go play baseball at some other places. I'm not dogging anybody's place at all because I feel like all ballparks are nice because at least you have a ballpark, number one. Yeah, and a lot of people take care of their ballparks. You know, but like, I mean, honestly, when you come to Winnebago, everybody's like, how do you do what? Yeah. Like, it's nuts how nice Florida Wellness is.
Yeah. So are you guys planning on continuing this in high school? Like in Legion ball or?
Ultimate goal.
There's the story there.
Because I think high school is tougher to get into. Like, I don't know. Just because of like baseball in the spring and high school, not a lot of teams are into it. So you'd have to combine with like Omaha Nation, Wall Hill, play Class B.
I'll take them. I mean, I'm being honest. Like, I'll be honest.
Like, but I'm saying, like, you know, you're gonna have to play with the big boys. You know.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. And like I said, the one thing that I always like, I don't want to say it's a regret or anything like that, but I mean, at the same time, like, if we had that opportunity, I really feel like Lucian Nikora could have been a pitcher in college. His size and the way he was throwing at 12U, and he never even got an opportunity to keep it going.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if what would happen if we seen him do that? Yeah. And like you said, but did he want to do those kind of things? We never know. And that's why now, in the position I'm in, Winnebago does have a VFW of their own, and they've already spoken out with their guy, and he can sponsor it.
I think that would be an easier route. And plus you're playing baseball in the summer. I don't know. I played baseball in the spring and summer. I preferred Iowa. They do the high school ball in the summer. I thought that was way more fun.
That's right, huh? So then, like a player would have to choose whether they play track or golf or baseball.
If you did high school, but with Legion, then it's the summer. Then it's
So that's the ultimate goal.
And then then you're playing the towns around you. You're not playing Class B schools.
Correct. I think that's what the ultimate goal for me was going to be. I think the issue I'm going to have is the fields because
you'd have to make a baseball field.
It'd have to be a baseball field. Tribal Council, if you're listening, you know what I mean.
Those were built for they're built for softball.
Correct.
And Little League baseball. I mean, they're good Little League fields, but you're going to need 60-foot pitcher's mound.
85 or is it 90?
90-foot bases.
90.
I'm thinking, and that's you'd be in the outfield on that field.
Yeah, right now, and that's what it's going to come down to. Like, if we're going to play ponies this year, I'm already pushing into the grass in those 80-foot bases, so we're going to cut a little bit of the grass out this year. So if we got a humongous infield this year, we're going to have it this year anyway. Yeah. Until I can convince somebody that's listening. You know what I mean? Because if we really want to do it, I have 2 years, and I realize that kind of complex isn't going to come cheap.
No.
But at the same time, it's like it's for the kids. Come on now.
It's for the kids. It is for the kids. So if you do Legion ball in the summertime, is that a school function?
No, it'd be totally Legion.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't even think it's a whole different
it's a different
body.
umbrella.
Yeah,
it's a whole different umbrella.
But going back to the education part of it, they would still offer scholarships or look at.
Most Nebraska kids play Legion ball. They don't. you know, they'll play like other stuff in the spring. I mean, baseball players play baseball in the spring, but you know, some of them, like they get noticed on their Legion teams. I think Legion ball in Nebraska is bigger than high school ball.
Yeah, because I'm just saying Winnebago's pretty good about it. I mean, look at what we did in golf. You know, we already have a student go and play golf for college, and then we look at esports. They already got offers playing college, and we did that three years of the program being started.
When cross country started, we got people right off the bat. Dave Winget and the rest of those guys all went deep on them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
I agree with you. I think that that was all these ultimate goal was to call it VFW and get the sponsorship and have a Legion team. Yeah. Because I feel like that's where it works best for us. And I've done extensive research on it, and like Austin's saying, thank you for backing me up on that. But like they're like Class C, D, there really isn't a baseball for Nebraska at all.
There's not.
It doesn't exist really.
You're going to be traveling, and you're going to be playing, you know, you're either going to be playing a big consolidated team with a bunch of districts in one, or you're going to be playing with, you know, the big schools. Like South Sioux, or because I know Class B and A, they're solid in their baseball. Yeah. Like it exists because there's so many kids because in they have those enough classes. Kids. Yeah. But like he's saying, and I think Wakefield, I feel like it's like the Legion hub around this area. Wakefield's got a beautiful place, so. Yep. All right, I'll move on. I can keep going, guys, but we can move on next topic.
No, I was just going to. And then let's put a plug in for the little girl softball.
Oh, softball is on its way. I apologize for not having a flyer out for it yet, but we are literally still in the middle of volleyball season, which ends on April 15th. So look for it next week. Definitely by next week, I'll have a flyer up for it. And I know some coaches are already planning to start their practices. But again, my coaches are coaching volleyball right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of didn't. Timing's kind of nuts right now.
So I got a question while we're talking about the little girl softball. I remember we was visiting about a couple of weeks back, and you was letting the audience know, you know, all the deal about it. You know, remember you saying that you were going to shoot for games on Thursday nights, but I also wanted to ask you or let you know that. You know, I know you were like, well, just play in Winnebago. Don't take your team to Sioux City. Yeah. But there are a lot of teams that are going to be going to play in leagues in Sioux Cities at that little age level, like the kindergarten, first and second grade, the T-ball and the coach pitch, and they have put their games on Thursday. So I was not thinking of changing your day, but wondering what time, like, because they usually schedule those games up there like at 5:00, all the games.
So I just wrote the schedule for our league. I literally have it in my phone right now. I have the softball schedule, and the majority of those little 8U games are going to start at 6.
At 6.
At 6 o'clock. So, if you plan on playing both, I hate to say this because I want the kids to play. Yeah. And anything, right? I want them to play. I advised against it, and I realized HU's coach pitched, and 10U's kind of they're going to do a hybrid this year of they're going to have kids pitching and then the coach comes in. The slow pitch will mess with your timing, especially with baseball. And fast pitch is the same thing. I feel like most kids that kind of did half and half with us last year, they didn't excel at hitting, I guess. Just look at it like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I mean, because you step up and you see a kid that can go smack the heck in it green every time and slow pitch, I get that. But when that ball gets a little heat on it, you got to be quicker. And everybody that I've noticed, especially with our kids with baseball and stuff, they have this like down and up motion in their swing because they're so used to swinging at a slow pitch. Yep. I don't know. You probably don't have a problem with that.
I can't. If somebody threw me a fastball right now, I wouldn't be able to touch it. My swing is so slow pitched out that it's not even funny. Like, you're 100% right.
Okay. Well, thanks, Eug, for...
Look out for softball stuff.
Yeah, look out for softball, everybody. As soon as we find out, as soon as Eug gets his flyer out, he's going to send it out, and we'll share it with you, and we'll let you know on the show next week or the week after that. All right, so we're up to our topic about Coach Brooke has a special announcement for us about any individuals that are interested in umpiring or reffing.
So actually, let me do my little spiel real quick. My name's Brooke Decora. I work with Project Launch. We work with the 0 to 8 year olds, so third grade basically and below. And the past couple of years, we've been collaborating with Rolling Thunder and surrounding people, to kind of bring sports programs to the third grade and below. So in the past year, we've had, about 12 teams just in pre-K all the way up to third grade. Mm-hmm. volleyball teams. I know we had about 2. We even had a couple of days where Santee came and played us. And we actually took our girls out there, and that was like 2nd grade. I think that was a few years ago too.
Yeah, that was last year.
And like 2 years before that, I think. And then we also helped sponsor the Company A wrestling program for K to third graders. What else did we have? We also help with Pee-wee, like biddy ball, T-ball,
Flag football.
We help with the 3rd and 4th grade team as well.
The little YMCA teams.
There's a lot of YMCA teams out there. So we do a lot of helping with that. So just for your reference, if you have a team or kids that are interested in doing leagues and stuff and they're not offered here in the community, we will help. We can't help individuals, but if you bring a whole team to us, we can definitely help you.
Yeah, you guys actually helped our little Wobanks girls team play volleyball this past season too. So, yep, I took advantage of that.
Yep.
And I mean, the biggest thing that that me and Brooke try to push out, because I help her with the little things with her teams and stuff like that, but it's always the attitude that we bring. That it's like, if you guys want to go play these sports, please, by all means, just reach out. Because like if you're a dad, or you're a grandma, you're whoever wants to coach the team, pull the team together and let us know where you want to go play at. That's kind of the biggest thing right now, is that we're trying to get it more where the teams are approaching us to come. Essentially, it's a sponsorship. It really is.
Yeah.
I see that a lot more now than before. Before you used to get like, hey, come sign your kid up. Then whoever signs up or something like that, then all of a sudden, then hardly anybody signs up.
Yep.
So when you got the coaches / parents that kind of gather their little squads together,
the kids' friends.
It's kind of easier, Yeah, the kids' friends, his parents, and all that kind of stuff. All the young ladies that play on my team, with my daughter, I know all their parents personally,
Yeah.
And so that really helps out too with the listening part when you want to ask the kids to listen to you,
No,
I'll
but
tell your dad on you.
No, but big shout out to Project Launch, just because like I said, we work hand in hand with everything. But the wrestling mat that the schools got right now, you guys have seen the Company the Company A Scout mat.
Yeah.
Project Launch bought that.
Nice.
For those guys. And like I said, they're just their programs supporting parents and supporting the youth. And I know it's about the mental health and learning a lot of the Educare kids. I mean, we would love to do more things with Educare. I know we had T-ball camp a couple of years ago.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We did that before. I wasn't able to run it last year because it's just me. You know what I mean? And now it's just like I've got 8 teams to worry about. But anyway, I think they're trying to bring that back because we realized at the time with Floyd, everybody in Winnebago is going to go play at Floyd anyway. Especially when it comes to T-ball, because we don't have a T-ball league yet. There's just not enough kids, and you want the different teams to play against, this and that. And we support Floyd all the way. But at the same time, it's just like, well, let's go prep our kids before they get there. And then I think our little kids teams that went up there, we were destroying everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
They played really well. They did. They played a really good season. I think all of them were almost undefeated. I don't think they keep a score, but we were keeping the score.
Parents keep score.
Yeah.
It's amazing seeing at that age group just the parent involvement, and that's what we strive at Project Launch, is family strengthening and strengthening their relationship. So doing that through sports, because I know Winnebago is a huge sports community, so that's one of the things that we love about doing that, is just showing the kids how much support. Because I've seen one kid there, he had his mom, his dad, Choka, Kaga, and big sisters, big brothers, nannies, Dagas, everybody out there just for that one kid.
Yeah.
There's no other kid. They didn't have any cousins on the team. It was just that one kid, and I was just like, Jesus, and that looks like us at our game sometimes with our kids. But
yeah, for real.
Yeah, but it's really good to see that, and then they come out to high fives and stuff like that. So just that little bit of getting them to love the game, whatever game it is, whatever sports it is, and just being able to, if you're feeling down or something, you look out on the crowd and you see all those faces out there cheering you on. So that's the good part,
It is.
I'm competitive by nature, of course. I'm a huge basketball fan. I will, go lighten to my kids about how they play and athleticism and skills and all that. But just being able to come back and see the fun that the kids have, which just reminds me, like, hey, there's a bigger part of sports other than just being super competitive and, gaining skills and everything. So, but yeah, if you guys are interested in getting teams in, we are definitely going to push to get them into our softball leagues, because we definitely want the games to be at home, as much as possible, and travel closer to here. And plus, I know it's really hard. Games at 5:00, and we're barely getting off at 4:30. Got to get the kids all together and rush up north. So
well, like I said before,
more
everything
convenient around here.
Yeah, and everything that's running through Project Launch, even like our 8U and our 8U fast pitch team and our 8U baseball team, that's all going to be Project Launch sponsored. I even got the jerseys. I ain't gonna give them to you guys. I might show Austin after the show. It's kind of exclusive right now. Man. I can't let those ones out yet.
Should we do a jersey reveal just like Abby did? I mean, you could right now.
Cool. We could, yeah. But
I need a hat. Those hats you guys had last year were nice.
I got some. I got some new ones coming here. But I know another reason is Q brought you on as well was just the fact that we do want to encourage more umpires.
Yep.
We need umpires and we need refs during the fall, winter season for basketball. For spring, and so just know that you can reach out to Brooke or myself right now.
There is what is it? You were talking about the umpire.
No, that's what I'm talking right now.
Yeah.
I was waiting. I was going to give you your time here.
He was
your shine.
Well, I was going to let them know the date, and then I'll say what I was going to say about supporting it.
Hey, you too.
Hey.
Save that for the house.
All right, here we go. Big announcement right here. Open them ears. Umpire Clinic on Thursday, April 13th. It's going to be from 5:30 to 8:30 at Stanton Middle School. If you guys don't know, Stanton's right outside of Norfolk. Mm-hmm. We will transport you and we will pay for it. So if you guys, I need umpires, and this is going to be an umpire clinic that we are going to have down in Stanton, Nebraska that we got invited to through our league. If you want to drive yourselves, you don't want to hear me and Sean talk the whole way down, that's fine with me. You can drive yourselves, and Project Launch will sponsor you some gas money.
Wow.
I mean, how can you miss?
Dude,
He already, I know. Well, he already said it, but he was just supposed to say what it was.
My bad,
and then I was
bad.
like, hey, Project Launch is going to do this for you guys.
I didn't do that. I didn't do the alley-oop on that
I
one.
know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we do need a lot of umps, and this is also going to go into reffing also with the other seasons. But if you're interested and you want to go, you want to attend, they are offering rides to get out there. Project Launch will sponsor it. The fees, and also, like I said, we do have some gas vouchers that we can float you guys so you can get there and back. And the other thing about it too, all we ask is in return is just help us ump our kids. That's all we ask. Like come out and be available those nights, like you said, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Just if you don't have to go all 5 nights, but at least be available.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I don't think, even looking at the schedule that I have now, that's the worst case scenario for me, right? Is I have home games on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It'd be awesome. Yeah. I have a ball game down there every day out of the week, but I mean, I got to find some umps. And that's always been the struggle. Q knows. I mean, he watched it last year.
If it's all home games and it didn't rain.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Good summer job for some kids too.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Honestly, I graduated after high school, like coming back in college, I was umping Little League games. It's good, good easy money. I mean,
and I mean, we do pay, you know what I mean? We do pay our umps. And so I know that I'm going to be reaching out to a couple of my nephews and one of my sons, and I'm trying to get them to this camp with me. And on top of that, but I mean, even just you adults that want to get a couple extra dollars in your pocket and want to just come enjoy the ballpark. I mean, even if you come and watch, I mean, the biggest thing that I always hear is, I don't want to do that. But at the same time, it's like you're going to be here anyway watching the game. I mean, you might as well help the kids
you're
out.
You're going to be hollering in the stands anyway.
Yeah.
Or just, those of you that are like, oh my gosh, I could ref better than that. I can ump better. Well, here's your opportunity. We always say that. And to get paid. And that will, we'll kind of offer that once the season for basketballs comes out, even volleyball. We definitely want to get more native refs out here in the community and everything, and we want to push that. So that's one of the things that we can hopefully help and encourage everybody to do that.
Yeah, I really want to add on for this trip over to Stanton. You said Stanton, Nebraska. You guys take advantage of it. Anybody interested out there who loves softball and also loves to make some money, and doesn't plan on playing the entire summer. I mean, this is a good opportunity to make some money down here, and also a good opportunity to get certified to become an umpire, and you can help out in your community and outside the community. So, yeah, thanks guys for bringing that up about the umping, and we'll definitely let you guys know each season about any kind of reffing opportunities or any kind of an official.
What are we feeling on time here, man? We almost had 6. We didn't even get through everything, man.
Oh, we got
good show.
The end topic that we're going to talk about, of course, is going to be a little bit of basketball.
Can I do a plug really quick for the rest of our front?
All right.
You want to show off her little pictures? Yeah.
So I just wanted to show a couple of pictures that we got out there, and also I want to start promoting this for our third and below, but I want to do a athlete of the week for our little guys, and we're going to have a little incentive for them. So this one that's up right now is our pre-K basketball kiddos. You see our son Charles in there, shortest one, and little Rue right next to him. But throughout the season, kid that was always there and just wanting to play the whole time. We want to go ahead and give that to Hannah Marufo for the pre-K basketball.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good on Hannah Marufo. Ha-ho,
Yeah.
ha-ho.
And then for our volleyball girls, I don't know if I have, our football boys. I talked to Coach
Those
Eug
guys.
about this one, and our third graders that are going to be getting those are Ansley Bishop Griffin and Lenny Carnes. Just
Ooh,
throughout the
nice.
entire season, consistent and athleticism, and just overall just doing good in school.
Jerseys sponsored by Project Launch right
Yep,
there,
yep.
man. Check those
Those
things
are
out.
beautiful.
Helmets too.
Helmets too. Yeah.
Like, she came in clutch, you guys. Like, you didn't realize like there were so many kids that came out that we were literally like 20 helmets short. And she came in clutch and got it done. The boys were able to wear brand new helmets this season and brand new jerseys, and they were looking clean out there, man. So shout out to Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
They're doing their thing with the football, still going to this day.
Yeah.
Yep. So those three kiddos, and I reached out to the basketball coaches and volleyball. I'm still waiting to hear back, so maybe next week we can announce those ones. But if those three kiddos want to stop by Project Launch anytime this week, and I'll get them a little incentive, little gift to.
So your players, the players of the year, essentially, I guess, for football is going to be Ansley Bishop Griffin, Lenny Carnes, because they're super consistent. Lenny was the touchdown machine, and Ansley was just consistent every week. And then for the little guy basketball, Mr. Hannah Marufo.
Oh,
So come on
nice.
down, Project Launch. Come talk to Brooke. Get your little incentive that you
Yeah.
guys earned this season. and-
Charles was going to be first, because
she couldn't do it. She
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Hey, well, congratulations from Coach Q, Coach Eug, Coach Brooke, and Coach Austin for the you young guys who just now picked up those awards. So congratulations. So moving on, we're going to talk a little bit about NCAA tournament, just a little bit. So
another episode.
so we got to watch the game anyway a little bit, and the game was dominated by UConn. The men's game was dominated by UConn, and there's not too much to talk about it because it kind of seemed like they just played the same way the entire tournament.
I just felt like San Diego State couldn't score. And I don't know if that was UConn was playing really good defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, UConn obviously played really good defense. They held them, but it just like they just never really got going. That's what I felt about San Diego State.
It did seem like in the second half, a lot of their shots seemed like they were forcing them up, like trying to hurry up and get back to close to the game, and they weren't trying to chip away by scoring a higher percentage shot, and then going back and playing harder defense. It kind of seemed like they were just trying to hit that three or something like that.
I guess it was just uneventful game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just business got done by UConn. Any thoughts? Did you watch
That's
the game?
literally what
I
I
watched
said.
the women's.
We could
Well,
go.
hey,
We
we're
could go
going-
there.
we're
going there.
into
We're getting
We
there.
could go there.
Actually, the women's game was way better than the men's game.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I was
it
gonna
was.
say.
So let's
But I'm a little
let's
biased.
get to that. I think Brooke really wants to talk about that, about the women's championship game.
No, it was great. I mean, I'll be honest. I was going for Louisville to come in against Iowa to start off, and I put Iowa going in, but I was low key rooting for Louisville. But yeah, it was really good. Just seeing you've seen all the controversy coming out afterwards and everything like that. So it was really cool to see these women getting that, highlight, that spotlight. I think I seen somewhere tickets for women's game was I think $530, and the same seat for the men's was like $23.
No, it was,
bucks,
it was
something
over
like that.
double the price tag
Yeah.
for the women's Final Four games in the championship. It was over double
That's
the
awesome.
price tags were.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
so
Yeah.
so
So
is
what-
it is it
you-
the smack talk?
you guys that are on the radio, we're putting our hands up in front of our faces like how John Cena does
Yeah,
in the
you
wrestling.
can't see me,
You can't
John
see
Cena.
me.
That's what we'll call that. Yeah.
So the Caitlin Clark, my Chuja.
Now he claims her. Now.
Caitlin Clark from Iowa, my Chuja. She did the little "you can't see me" gesture in front of their star player. What was her name? Say.
Van Loof.
Bayou Barbie.
Van Leet.
Van Leith.
Yeah.
So that was early in the game when Caitlin was hot, and then later on, I think there was like 4 seconds left on the clock or something like that. People said, and so the girl from LSU would start doing that back to her. I mean, a lot of
Angel Reese,
negativity
yeah.
came out of it.
Yeah, it
Well,
did.
A
but
lot of backlash for
a lot of backlash, and they were bashing one girl, then they would bash another girl, then they swapped sides, and the other one was okay, the other one was okay. But I mean, everybody just has their own personal thoughts on it.
Well, because Caitlin Clark was doing it during the semifinal and the Final Four, and she was doing that the exact same thing, and the attitude that came out of her was, oh, that's super competitive. Oh, she deserved it because of how she scored triple doubles and 40s, and then when she did it, because didn't she end up getting player of the tournament, right?
Yeah.
She got double the whole way through. Like she did her business, right? She played well, and just kind of threw it back in her face. And I guess I'm okay with that. I didn't see the big thing about it because, like I said, we know our boys are super competitive when it comes to basketball and the smack talk. I don't know, does esports have smack talk? Do they talk?
A little bit.
What?
There was a
They
one.
had to mute the headphones.
I know how.
There was one I seen in the chat, and they all threw some kind of emote at somebody. You know what I'm saying? Though there is esports smack
A
talk.
little bit. It doesn't get too toxic, but it's a little bit.
Play a little COD, then you can hear about toxic.
Well, yeah.
I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah, it felt a lot of men versus women's type of thing, and I think, what is it, Love and Basketball, where she was just like, well, why is it that men can do it all the time, but as soon as I do it, I'm told to act like a lady.
Yeah.
And so that's brought that up a lot, as far as women versus men playing and the trash talking or saying something, even Caitlin Clark throwing the ball behind her back, and somebody was like, that was the softest technical I've ever seen in my life. And this is a male saying this. I'm like, where was the tech? I'm looking at that like, what did she do? Like, just threw the ball behind her back, and wow. So that was a little.
And the men sit there and cuss out the ref and throw F-bombs at him and stuff like
Have
that.
you guys ever heard? You guys have seen like little documentaries about the trash talk of NBA players? And how bad and toxic it gets. If you go to a game, there are literally cuss words being screamed at games from NBA players.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant used to learn the language of other people who could not speak English, just so he could trash talk them.
Or I think that was the Tony Parker one. He spoke French, so he
Yep.
learned how to
Oh,
trash
yeah.
talk in French. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
but
how
I,
it's supposed to be. That's
but
a
that
good
but that
trash
but
talk
that
right
but that
there.
competitiveness that comes out and the trash talk that comes out, I feel like it's all on court stuff. You know what I'm saying? If it spills into afterwards and everything, then yeah, it could be an issue. But I mean,
they both said that. It's just a competitive sport.
I know Q's had his spats. I mean, even at Old Man Night, he gets going.
Yeah, I know.
And then-
I'll be
like-
sitting on the bench over there just talking smack from the bench.
And I don't know if you've seen the post game interview with Angel Reese. They were saying, oh, what was that about? And they're like, well, she did it to my girls in Louisville. Like, she did that, or she did no, you don't need a guard her. I don't need a guard her. So I had to get it for my girl, and that's, I love that, because that's also showing that, unity among female players. Like, I'm still going to do that. Like, if that's the same way I would expect our boys to be.
Yeah.
If Randy and Ace, seeing somebody talking smack to somebody on the Winnebago team, then they play them. It's like, oh,
yeah.
I know who you are.
Bro.
That's my
bro.
bro. Yep, they're going to have their back. So, and again, that comes to the whole thing of, why is that okay for men? Women, you're told
and
a certain way.
myself, I think that for social media, I thought it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool how we're gonna get America debating about something going on in the women's NCAA championship game. So he got a little bit more media. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So a little bit more hype. So
Yeah.
All right. So
The
that's
best thing to come out of all of that is just the hype for women's sports in general.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
that's
exactly,
what I love. That's
exactly.
we're
And
not
then
paying
for
attention
next
to
year,
men's.
those two teams going back at it.
Yeah.
oh, that's
The
oh,
drama.
That's
But
gonna
the
be
question
great.
is Caitlin Clark the truth?
She is.
She's pretty.
She is.
She's,
Oh my gosh.
yes.
I'm biased, but she is.
Iowa guy, that's why.
and she just won the National Player of the Year too. So
Yeah.
Oh, did she?
I've heard
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
many
Why wouldn't
Nebraska
she?
fans say, "Oh, I can't stand Iowa. I'm not," but Caitlin Clark.
yeah,
I'm going for
That's-
Caitlin Clark,
there-
not
yeah,
Iowa.
there's-
that one picture of Buff when he hates himself in the Iowa shirt, man, he blew that up so fast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
come on,
Day
Buff.
one, been a
Come
fan.
on, man.
So from everybody here at the Big Voice Sports Talk Show, say congratulations to Caitlin Clark, our Chujan.
And LSU. for-
Yeah, LSU
oh,
won
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
congrats to
LSU won
UConn.
it too.
Oh yeah, I guess them.
Yeah.
No, it was a pretty good game.
It
though.
was.
Yeah.
And that the lady, or the one that was doing the back smack talking, she can hoop too.
Yeah.
You know what? They were talking about the sixth man. I can't remember her name. She came off the bench and she scored. I think it
Carson.
was Carson's. What was it? 20 points or something?
She had 5 threes in the first half.
Yeah.
She ended up with like 24 or
Yep.
something.
Yeah.
She came back and
she averaged like 4 or 5 points during the season. And she
Yeah.
really did
Just
that.
going out and played
Yeah.
amazing.
Hey,
I read that.
Hey, if you make a college basketball team, if you're on a college basketball team, there's a reason why you made it.
Yep.
You had to have been able to hoop when you were, and maybe just that's not your role throughout the season, but they needed that.
But I think that
say they played as a team.
Yeah, and I think the
versus
thing that came out
individual.
of that was even if you're a bench player, you can make big impacts.
Yeah.
You know, like even with esports, right?
Just get your call up.
Yeah, even with esports, I mean, the bench player, they threw Hena in. What we just talked about that before we walked in. You know, he was the bench player. Threw him in that second or third game of the Mario Kart. He never lost another. He won like 3 in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that was the point of the conversation. There was just that, you know, even as a bench player, you can make huge impacts for your team.
Exactly.
You don't have to be the starter.
The role player.
Let me put that out there. She hit a lot of short shots, those little 10-footers, those free throw shots. Like, come on, all you kids out there listening. It doesn't have to be a 3, doesn't have to be a layup. It can be a right there, a 10-foot shot.
It's the lost art of the mid-range jumper.
It is.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go to our last topic, and we were all sitting there on the front line down there in Denver. We just all came back from the All West Native American Classic that happens every year in Denver. I believe it's the 38th annual, and I believe Winnebago's been going for. I've been out of school for 30 years, 30
pushing 20 plus,
32 years. So Winnebago's taking teams down here since they started. I think maybe the eighth year, and then Winnebago's been down here, and we've had our kids down here every year since then. So, but we all went down. Myself, Coach Eug, Coach Brooke, we all went down. I always got to say, Mrs. Coach Q, she also went down, and our boys got to play together on the same team down there in Denver. Bethany's got some of the pictures up right now from the tournament. We played a tough. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, first of all, we go down there, and there's 3 games in our pool. There's about 12 different pools, and there's 4 teams
per
each pool. Now, the pool that we played in, I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but those 3 teams that we played, like, come on.
The 2 in gold, I think, went to the final
4,
final
final 8 probably. Yeah.
And then the one in the silver bracket, that one, which I think they went to
at least final 4.
Yeah, at least final 4.
So, but like when we looked at the Oklahoma Runners and a few others, but yeah, it was a pretty wicked little bracket Warpath got thrown into. All the props to those guys that went out there and played, you know, that came from all the different areas. But you know, Warpath boys came out and they did their thing. I know Randy was luckily enough to jump on with Q, and he really helped out, gave him a little bit of senior leadership there. But
exactly,
that was a big thing and a big learning experience for this young group of boys here, the freshmen and the sophomores. Just getting the exposure and kind of seeing how different teams in Native country play. And what the big thing that I took away from the tournament, I guess we got to plug the girls too, because 2 Sharpback, that's what we helped bring out there in all the different capacities. But we took out a lot of the freshman, sophomore ladies, a couple of 8th graders, even to a 7th grader out there. And the same thing happened to us. We just got thrown in a wicked pool.
Yeah, it was. I think we got blown out by 40 points in that last game. And then and that was at the end of our pool play. And then we come back into the bracket, and that's the first team that we played.
In the silver.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
but we gave them run for their money the next morning.
Yeah, it was in the morning time. But the biggest thing that I pulled from the tournament for all our kids here in the community was just the physicality in which you have to play at a different level. Because, I mean, you guys have all heard me talk about the Northeast Nebraska idea of reffing. You know what I'm saying? Like how it's such a soft. You touch people and it's a foul. Like, I mean, you go to these tournaments like this, you go down to Nabi and go to those places, and it's just like, you know, no, you can push on people. You can kind of grab them on the hip and pull them and, you know, be real physical with it. It's a whole different style of game to what we're used to playing over here. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah, they were pushing on the girls and everything. We literally told them, push at them, go at them, like just run into them. They're gonna tell you to stop, you know, because that's exactly what they're doing to you guys. Don't sit there and start pulling backwards.
There's the picture of the girls team right there, man. Shout out to those ladies. They hung tough and went out there as an 8-man crew. A lot of the other girls kind of went and jumped on other teams and did their thing, but these girls stuck it out. So shout out to Wilhelmina for kind of pulling them together, finding sponsorship. Shout out to Whirling Thunder for the health department, really the whole health department, for sponsoring them and getting them out there. And like I said, it was a good time. It really was, man. And that younger group of girls that's coming up too, they're going to be just as tough with the freshmen, and it's going to be a good group of. There's going to be some good basketball out of the ladies here in a couple of years.
So there was a couple different things that I had put that we're going to visit about, and the games. You know, we talked about the games. They were tough. We think we got at least 15 points at every game at least, but our boys played pretty good against teams that are full of seniors and juniors and everything like that out there in any
grown men pretty much. Yeah.
And you know what? And then we get to the experience. The experience that you were just talking about that the boys and the girls got by even going to this basketball tournament out here, I always think that this Denver tournament has probably the best competition because you got teams. The only teams that go out there, they stack them. They stack the teams.
Oh yeah.
It's not all teams that are just from each school. I mean, we had some Winnebago boys down there. I mean, Ace played down there, Diami played down there, Duran played down there, Reese played down there, but they all played for a different team, and they all did really good down there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those older boys. So we're seeing right here with the younger boys is they're getting that experience. One of the things that they're getting out of the experience, and I also said in seeing the takeaway, what they're going to be taking away from this tournament is to see that level of physicality you're talking about, the competition, not just the competition, but see how much better shooters out there are outside of our area right here. So good at athletes, you know. And so the boys and the girls got to see that firsthand. And one of the things that I think that they're all going to take away from that as well is they're going to see how much more they have to train in order to get ready to be that ready for a tournament like that. And, you know, the only thing that us coaches and us parents can say is it takes years. You can't just do that overnight. So you got to get into the weight room. You got to get into the gym. You have to train. You can't just, you know, think that next year you're going to be better because you're older.
Yeah, true.
So that's a big takeaway, I think.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. And I mean, we already talked about the girls' team was having a conversation afterwards and how, like, you know, we really struggled with our shooting. And they all talked about, well, let's all go to Whirling Thunder. They were already making plans because we know we got the shooting machine down there.
That's exactly.
You know, and the school's got the shooting machine. And I know we just got done having a large conversation with both the high school coaches. That was just Monday. And the biggest takeaway that we kind of had for it, we got to talk with principals, superintendents, things like that. But honestly, it's just open the gyms for the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously supervised, but even just have real practices with them to keep basketball going all year round is kind of what I think the goal is for a little group of people that really want their kids to play year round, because we just got to talking about there's so much more now opportunity wise for our kids to be doing all year round, to be doing those things. But a jump shot's that same thing like a baseball swing. You got to be constantly working on that.
Yeah.
It isn't something that just kind of you only develop, you know, that little 2-3 weeks before season starts and you go training. No, you got to be doing that constantly.
And then doing it effectively, not just going to the gym and shoot around or mess, you know, just jack around and stuff. It's actually going and working on something, find a goal and meet that goal. And just to plug too, as a result of that, I actually got to talk to our WCHS staff and everything. We are going to, because we talked about nutrition too being a big part of that. And so as a result, WCHS is going to sponsor it's like a takeaway meal cooking class on Monday for any youth athletes that are interested. So on Monday from 1 to 4:30, because there's no school on Monday, we are gonna, the first 15 individuals that are wanting to sign up and come and do a takeaway meal, and we're also gonna talk about meal prep with that, so you guys can just, you know, take that home, cook it up, and then prep your meal for the whole week. And then we're gonna have somebody there to talk about, you know, the use of protein and how to use it effectively. And then also I think we're gonna show them how to do protein bites. So any kids, and we're doing that high school and junior high, so anyone interested, Monday, April 10th, and then we're also going to host another session on May 1st. Like, again, no school day, so 1 to 4:30 for both days, so anybody who's interested.
Okay, if you have any questions about that, contact Coach Brooke. You know, you can contact her via Facebook or get a hold of her down at the hospital.
Project Launch,
which is located at Land of Wellness.
Land of Wellness.
Land of
We're
Wellness.
upstairs.
So come visit both of us. We get things done around here.
Yeah. There you go. Hey,
Power couple.
So me and Eug, we just talking about the strength training and the off-season training and stuff like that. And DJ Besme's gonna pull up that. We got a couple flyers from the school on summer strength training and conditioning. It's gonna be weekly alternating boys and girls sessions. So if you guys can see that up there, it's going to be starting this summer. So those of you that had that question, like, well, when can we get our kids in there to train? Well, this is it right here. It looks like in the summertime it's going to be open from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30, and that's open. Then high school is going to go from 9 to 11, junior high from 11 to 12, then high school again at 1 to 3, and then it's going to be open again from 3 to 4. So it looks like from 6:30 in the morning, almost the entire time, all the way until 4:00 p.m., there's an opportunity for your junior high or high school athlete to go and get some strength and conditioning going on this summer.
Yeah, we also talked to them about, the youth workers that are going into work. So this is why they kind of want to make it a little more open. And then we're also going to collaborate with Whirling Thunder to kind of give them the same information. So if they can't make any of those during the day, then you can go to the center in the evening and do that same workout.
Yeah,
That'd
like
be
if
great.
you get off work working summer youth, you can come on down to Whirling Thunder that evening, and you will have that same workout kind of set up for them down there, or at least the information. You know what I'm saying about what they want them to be kind of accomplishing. Because the biggest thing about strength conditioning, I think the biggest thing is to prevent injury. That's always the biggest thing you always hear is prevent injury. And then the next step is just to be make yourself a better competitor. You know what I'm saying? Just be bigger, stronger, faster. Just be a better athlete. And I mean, that's always the goal. I think the goal for a lot of teams, I mean, esports is probably the most perennial state qualifier right now. I guess is that
Hey, it's only been 2 years and we've gone 4 times now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and so you gotta get some of those little what are those called? Those little hand grips with the rubber on it, and then get the strength conditioning going for esports with those right there.
Those little
The little grippers. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that was the information for the summer strength and conditioning, and we also got something going on right now at the school, and it is doing some conditioning and strength training after school. This is for the 6th through 8th grade. I know Coach Manny is the one that actually is taking care of this. And this is students that are not participating in golf or track because they want them kids to be at practice. You can show up after school. I think they're in the practice gym, and they're offering group fitness sessions, cardio training, plyometrics, and then diet nutrition information.
I got that guy on Snapchat. I've been seeing quite a little crowd he's got for himself at those.
My boy Raheem and a couple of his classmates, they're all over there. They're working out. A lot of the 7th graders too, the Warpath boys, they're working out over there after school. So I love it. I love seeing the participation. And then during the season, we always talk to those kids about working in the off season, and so they're listening.
I think the biggest thing with that is going to be adding that meal prep stuff. Like they can work out as much as they want, but if they're not fueling the right way, we had a long conversation about it with the coaches. I mean, we could have a whole show about just that.
Sodas,
you know what I mean?
Hot Cheetos,
Exactly, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And the
So-
healthy
I know. Hey, let's get this out of here.
It's water.
Yeah. Hey,
Watered it down.
so hey, you guys. Before we head out, I got a game that I want Coach Brooke and Coach Austin to play.
Yeah, he told me to bring a softball bat.
So I actually bring 2 softball bats up. So I'm on camera.
I have one bat.
I'm gonna
I
narrate.
only brought one.
Oh, you got one? Okay, we need a timer then. Okay, so who's first? What we're gonna
You
do?
want the softball? Or you want the real softball?
I just want the bat right now.
Okay.
So who wants to go first? What we're gonna do is you need to stand up and need to balance that bat on your hand, but you got to do it with your eyes closed. And whoever,
Ooh,
All right, let's
Okay.
get a timer. Beth's got the timer, yeah.
so whoever
feel
can
like I'm
keep
gonna
the
get
bat up balanced longer wins a T-shirt, right?
Straight up.
You got
and down,
t-shirts,
or-
Beth?
Yep,
Bethany?
straight up and down, yeah.
Is there like a certain
So I'll
Height?
one-
No, I just got to stand up.
we start
Come this
counting.
way.
We start counting when your eyes close. All right. Okay. Here.
Let me know when.
Watch out, Huge. You begin.
I'm good.
Are you
All right.
ready?
Are you ready?
Yes.
1. There you go.
That's tough.
It is. Oh, 3.47.
No matter, I can go this way too.
I was
You
gonna
never,
say, can you do-
No,
never
not
specify.
now.
Oh,
Not
okay.
now, not
Go the
now.
other way
That's too
now.
easy. All right. Ready? Go. Oh.
Almost.
Two.
Oh, 4.31.
She got it.
You see how fast that competition was? All right. Hey, congratulations, Coach Brooke. So it brings us to the last thing, and I want to know everybody's weekly winner. The weekly winner. My weekly winner is going to be that UConn basketball team that tore it up. And somebody won a poker tournament
Oh my
Monday
gosh.
night.
Rigged.
On
It
my
was a rigged
birthday.
one.
So
Technically, you co-won because you never decided to. You didn't want to play it out and beat his Kuno or his Sonny Boy. You know what I mean? They end up splitting that pot. So they didn't really win it.
No.
Kind of half won it.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. But anyway, that's my weekly winners, guys. What about you, Yuch?
My weekly winner is Coach Q, turning 50 years old on Monday. So we had the
Hey.
opportunity to spend his birthday with him. So happy birthday to Coach Q.
Yahoo, Pinigigi. Thanks for showing up too for the dinner and to stick around and watch a game and cards. It's good.
I'm gonna give it to 2 Sharpback and Jasmine Colville taking them girls to Denver. It's pretty awesome, and I'm loving it because 2 was one of my girls, and I was just like, I think you're the only one that's been coaching, you know, 'cause I'm consistently. So it's like, shout out to 2, and then don't forget Ansley, Lenny, and Hannah Marufo. Come on out and get your gift card whenever you get a chance.
I got to give it to Kaylin Clark. She balled out.
Yep.
Yeah, Caitlin
It's
Clark.
fun to watch.
Yeah.
First triple-double in tournament history, both men's or women's.
Yeah.
41-point triple-double. That was pretty wicked, man.
The
Pretty
women's Steph
wicked.
Curry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me put it out there. Angel Reese, 28 rebounds in one game. I thought that was
Really?
Yep, rebounds.
That's
28 rebounds.
That's either got to be record or pretty close.
I think it was. Yeah.
Man, awesome job.
Amazing.
Awesome job. All right.
Not that game, but I think the game
DJ
before.
Best Me, do you have a winner for us?
Z.
Z winners. Z
The
winners.
tribe's website. That's her winner.
Yeah. Check out the tribe's new website, everybody. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We are the Big Voice Sports Talk Show here on 100.9 FM KWTN, the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska, out of Allen, Nebraska. Thank you for joining us.
Hinagiki.